Hello and welcome back to the Movies Made Us Do It. Me and Matt are back. How are you, Matt?
I am pretty good, sir. How are you?
I am well. As I said to you just before we started, gonna preface this. I haven't watched a new movie in like 2 weeks. So these are all distant memories. These movies.
Yeah,
So
at least two of mine have been in my head for a while. So
well, yeah. And you know, one of them was more memorable than the rest. So we'll get to it. Anyway, do you want to kick us off?
well, should we start with the big one? Should we start with what we consider the big one? Because it's kind of the only movie we really were waiting for this year.
It was the one movie I think I was like properly excited for this year.
Yeah.
There was a
So
brief window when I was excited about another movie, but we'll talk about that later.
yeah, we'll get
It
there.
was a very brief window. It didn't last long.
Frankenstein.
Frankenstein.
Guillermo
Guillermo
del
del
Toro's.
Toro. His life's passion
Yeah,
has
his
been
long
to make Frankenstein, right? This has been the
Yeah.
one movie that he's always wanted to remake or make Frankenstein.
Yeah.
He's finally done it. He built up to it with Shape of Water, and that was wonderful.
Yep.
And obviously we love Del Toro. There's
Yeah.
Is there any Del Toro movie you don't like? Because I think even the ones I'm less keen on, I still like. There's still something in any Del Toro movie.
I don't think so. I think
they're all. There's always something, right?
Yeah, I can't think of anything that was bad.
But this was the one I was. This was the movie I was most excited about this year.
Oh, I haven't seen Pinocchio or Nightmare Alley actually yet.
Oh, neither have I. Maybe Pinocchio's shit. Or maybe not. Who knows?
Yeah, I've even seen the Troll Hunters TV series. Actually, that wasn't too bad.
I see Troll 2's out now. Might give that a go at some point.
Oh yeah, yeah. The Strain started off okay.
Yes.
I don't know how much he had involvement in that though. Really,
I think very little.
Yeah.
Like most executive producer titles, title alone.
Yep.
So anyway, along comes Frankenstein, the 150th Frankenstein movie or something. Starring Oscar Isaac, Jacob Elordi, Mia Goth, Christoph Waltz, and it's a relatively traditional Frankenstein story when you get down to it. I thought.
It is until it isn't.
Well, it has moments. Yeah,
there's quite a lot of deviations.
Well, So I mean, all of the movies deviate heavily from the book.
Yeah, yeah.
I think let's get that out of the way.
Let's say, yeah, it's not going to be a deal breaker. I mean,
yeah.
Even my favorite sort of, even one of my favorites that is Wait. I mean, for a start, Peter Cushing is not your usual.
I saw
Dr. Frankenstein. He's a pure villain.
I saw a bunch of people talking about this movie, like, "Oh my god!" Like they made Frankenstein a proper villain, and I'm like, "You haven't watched any Hammer."
Yeah,
it's like, let me introduce you to Peter Cushing.
Yeah,
throwing a man off the fucking stairs.
Yeah, that is one of my favorite sines in that movie.
Good.
Well,
it's so good.
Professor, look out!
Yeah, Professor, look out! Push.
I mean that fall is wonderful.
They faked it well. I thought. I mean, it's a bit jank, but it's cool. It's a cool shot. It's one of those like ambition above ability there with that shot, but it's great.
I still think it looks fantastic. It's great.
I think we covered it, didn't we?
We did. We have covered that. We have covered that one.
So anyway, it starts with a bit of a prelude. We see the Royal Danish Navy ship, and they're sailing to the North Pole. They get stuck in ice, and they find Victor, and then of course the creature turns up in pursuit of Victor Frankenstein, and then kind of on his, I guess, grievously injured, if not on his deathbed. We basically get the story of how Victor Frankenstein created the creature, the monster, and ended up in this predicament he's in.
Yeah.
Well, I guess what did you think of this movie, first of all?
Okay. So it's, I mean, as to be expected.
It's beautiful.
Del
yes.
Toro, it's beautiful. It's absolutely stunning. I mean, one of the things I admire a lot, most about Del Toro is his attention to detail.
Oh
Is
yeah.
even things like cutlery and plates and
Mm.
the tiniest of thing is thought about in the
Mia
movie.
Goth's dresses in this
My
movie, like
God,
everything she wore was like, oh my god.
yeah. I mean, her wedding dress is.
Oh,
I mean,
incredible.
there are so many. One of the things that is, it's actually cool, but also
Mm.
slightly annoying, is how many homages he puts into all of the other Frankensteins.
Well, I
Because
didn't mind
we
them.
we get the dress, which I thought was a wonderful one, because
Yes.
it looks just like the original bride's
Hmm.
um, dress from Bride of Frankenstein. You get
Yeah, that was a
the
weird moment. I must admit. We got to me and my friend were watching this together, and I was like, "Oh, are they doing actual Bride of Frankenstein now?" And then they just
yeah,
don't, and I was like, "Oh, that was
no,
weird. That was
no,
a
they
strange
just
choice."
dress him. But even one of the shots in the old man's house,
Mm.
when one of the hunters shoots him in the eye, and it is
It
straight
is
up the shot from
from Bride.
no, the curse,
Oh
the
yeah, yeah, yeah.
where the monster gets shot in the eye, and
Mm.
he holds his eye straight up, the same. And one of the things that I thought, um, this movie,
Mm.
you could put it alongside, for not all of the running time, but a lot of the running time. You could put it alongside Mary Shelley's Frankenstein, and it would be almost identical.
Oh god, the opening. I
Yeah,
turned to my friend in the opening. That opening with the ship. I was like, "Oh my god, it's just Mary Shelley's Frankenstein."
yeah.
Um, my friend, by the way, was very happy when they got the blunderbuss. She was like, "I love a blunderbuss." I was like, "Yeah, that's yeah, fair enough." It's not a weapon. It's not a weapon you see too often in a movie. So yeah.
Oh, and under normal circumstances, it would be the perfect weapon for dealing with the monster. Not this one,
Not
though.
this one. No, this one's pretty tough.
Um, but so yeah, it's absolutely beautiful.
Mm.
There's a few janky CGI things like the wolves.
Well, so yeah, it was the one point I was gonna make actually. The
It's it
CGI is quite jank when
Yeah, a lot of the
the
CGI is quite
deer, the
jank.
wolves.
Yeah, the deer. God, yeah, I forgot about the deer.
The wolves were a bit more forgivable because the wolves were a lot more kind of involved in the scene. So it was like, okay, I kind of get the need for it, even though it looked janky. The deer, I was like, I wouldn't have had the deer in it because they looked too
No,
janky and it didn't forward the plot at all.
I'm
Like,
sure they
just
could.
don't.
I'm sure they could have found some vaguely tame deer
You'd
to
think, right?
bring in, but
Hmm.
yeah, it was that. But I mean, the actual practical sets were
Oh, when it's practical, it's wonderful.
yeah, so good.
Some of
Um,
the body stuff, the bits of body and
oh yeah,
carcass and
those are
stuff.
all amazing. The 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 torso he has, that he when he's like on trial, as it were, or whatever. When
Yes.
that the torso he brings back, that is so good, and it's very Del Toro. It looks
Yeah.
very similar to other things that he's done previously, but it's like, oh, that is so good, really good. Things like that are great. The actual some of the things like they they bring the year up, so it's no longer late 1700s, early
It's
1800s. It's now
1857.
yeah, which
And then it
is a bit
flashes back to 1855
yeah, but it's not.
and goes
It
through his childhood as well.
doesn't actually the war stuff doesn't really fit with the dates that they've given you. But it's like, okay, fine. This some of it does feel more of a fantasy than some of the others. It doesn't feel like it quite has
It's
its.
the Crimean War, isn't it?
It's supposed to be the Crimean, yeah, but it's some of the stuff that they say, and some of the you think,
Sure.
okay, that doesn't quite fit for that war, but
Hmm.
all right, fine, it's okay. I mean, when they're talking about the cat, the tower he gets,
Yeah.
where the hell is that supposed to be?
I've no idea.
I never quite got where it's like. There's supposed to be a battlefield not so far away, so they must be what, in Russia?
Well, I would assume so.
So
I was like when we when it came to the So he ends up getting this tower castle thing to
Yeah. It's like
work
a
on.
water treatment place, but
It's, yeah.
there doesn't appear to be a town anywhere near it.
I was like, I know Christoph Waltz is a fucking billionaire or whatever in this movie, but fuck me,
Yeah.
renovating that place is not going to be cheap. Like,
No, no. And that's another thing that doesn't make sense for that particular thing. 'Cause it's like, oh, it's like a water treatment. Like it's like what in the 1850s, and it looks like that.
yeah, yeah.
When did it go up? It's like
It
because
is.
it's
I
a
mean, it
it's
is
a
kind
ruin.
of. Yeah, I'll give you that. It is kind of at the historical setting is somewhat at odds with the Del Toro-ness
Yeah,
of the movie at times.
and it's not necessarily a bad thing. It's
No,
just
I
that
didn't mind it
it
at
just
all.
feels
I thought it was
weird.
fine, but it is an interesting point.
Um, so cast wise,
Yes.
I thought probably the Dar was Jacob Elordi as the creature. He's wonderful. He's
His
so good. I mean,
his body movements are
yeah,
so wonderful in this movie.
yeah. He's great, and
He
even when
really is.
he's even with all that sort of makeup on, and the fact that he's sort of hunched over and stuff a lot of the time, and he's barely saying, you know,
Hmm.
even when all he's saying is Victor, you
It,
know what he's feeling.
absolutely.
He-
His range of emotions in this
yeah,
movie with very little dialogue is superb.
and his. I mean, you can see again the influence that that Bernie Wrightson
Hmm.
Frankenstein is like some of the things is like, oh well, that's just taken straight from the Bernie Wrightson illustration, and I
Yeah.
really like that. I really like that. I mean, obviously they didn't quite have the same facial features as the Wrightson one, but you can see the
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 inspiration.
influence
Yeah.
really really well. Maya Goth I thought wasn't given enough to do.
I agree. I
Um,
thought she was fine in the
yeah, she
role.
is. She's good. She's good for what she's given.
I loved Christoph Waltz. I thought he was bloody
I
great.
I wasn't overly keen.
Oh, I really liked his character. I was hoping he was going to be Dr. Pretorius, but they didn't go there.
No, I
Um,
was. Yeah,
I thought he was
that would have been
great. I mean,
that would have
Christoph
been more
Waltz for me
interesting.
is kind of hard not to like in a movie, but
Yeah, he is good, but this felt very much like a character he'd done before.
sure.
It
Yeah, yeah.
it didn't feel like he was doing anything interesting,
Hmm.
and again, I don't think they sort of fleshed it out enough. And I think that's just the way that it was in the movie. I think that it felt like there should have been more because by the time you get to the point where he turns around and says
Oh, by the
spoilers
way,
spoilers
FYI.
spoilers for the movies. Yeah, by the time he gets to the point where he says, "Oh, I want this because I'm dying and
Mm.
I want to be, put in this my brain put in the monster," and you think, okay, could we have had a bit more build up for that, and could we have had a few more conversations about that? Like that would have
Yeah,
been
I
nice.
mean, I guess it was designed to be this kind of dramatic reveal, but I think I agree with you. I would have found it more compelling if he'd gone to Victor earlier trying to cure himself
Yeah.
and then became a partner and then financed his work, and maybe Victor was trying to help him along the way, and then
Mhm.
ultimately it gets to the point where he's like, my illness is so bad now, I need to have the body
Yeah.
of the monster. Yeah, I kind of agree. That would have been cool. It
Uh,
is a bit sudden when it's like, oh, you're ill. Oh no, you're dying. Like,
yeah.
oh, okay.
And I wasn't overly keen on Oscar Isaac's Frankenstein
I
either.
liked it actually. I actually
I
really liked him.
his accent bothered me. I
Mm.
mean, not Keanu Reeves level of
No,
from
no.
Dracula bothered me, but it sort of the accent slightly bothered me, and I never really got a feel for him. Clearly I was like, oh yeah, he's got daddy issues. Oh yeah, he's got this.
See, I thought he did quite a good job of that actually. Being the least favored of the brothers, and or sorry, the favored. Um, I quite liked all of that stuff. I actually thought he was reasonably well fleshed out. I felt like I knew why he did what he did and how he
Um,
kind of ended up where he ended
yeah,
up.
on that respect, yeah, you do kind of get that, but his character felt a little flitty sometimes. You think when you get to the sort of this, so they age up William, and you
Mm.
get
I liked the inclusion of the brother in that way, actually.
as an older brother, as
Mm.
an older, not older brother, but an older,
An older person who actually is an
yeah,
assistant and actually involved a lot more.
and
I kind of liked that.
the 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 fact that it was him that was engaged to Elizabeth,
Yeah.
and you get this sort of slightly weird triangle. Well, it's not even a triangle; it's four way, isn't it? Really, when you look at when you include the monster in the sort of thing,
Yes.
that all felt underserved to me. It felt like, oh, oh, she's with them, she's got the monster, and she's like, oh, like she seems to be falling in love with the monster, and then but then Oscar Isaac's Frankenstein is like, oh no, he's like, oh, I'm in love with her too, and it's like, okay,
Well,
this
she
was a
did
bit
like
messy and a
she
bit
she
sort
did
of.
like Victor for a while until he was a complete piece of shit, and then she was like, "Well, actually, you're a
Yeah,
complete asshole."
she was vaguely charmed by him,
Yeah, yeah.
but it didn't feel like it was sort of fleshed out enough. It felt it didn't feel
That's
to me.
interesting. See, I didn't get that. I was totally fine with it, personally.
It just sort of. I think there seemed to be sort of quite a lot of build up in this movie, and then it felt very much like, and then that happened and it's over, and you think, oh, okay, that's quite abrupt.
I thought the biggest one for that was the teasing of the bride and it
Yeah.
going in that direction, and then just
Hmm.
suddenly it's like, and no.
No.
I was like, oh,
Yeah.
okay. That was like a really weird, a really weird like U-turn,
Mm.
partway through the movie.
Because I think the thing is overall they didn't really do anything with William, and they sort he doesn't actually get that much to do.
He is a little underserved. I'll give you that, and it does make his like you're the monster moment less
Yeah.
impactful because he's not
Hmm.
been around kind of
No.
enough for you to kind of feel that. Like, I think we could have done with more
And you never really
brotherly
got.
love
Yeah.
companionship between the two to kind of
I
build
know
that out.
a couple
But
of scenes with just Elizabeth and William might have been interesting to
mhm.
flesh out, like to make you feel, oh, they're actually a proper couple. You know that it might have been nice if that it would have felt more impactful when he finally says, "Oh no, you're a monster."
Mm.
To sort of get that. Um, but I mean, there is a lot to love. There was I like, like I said, I love the creature. A lot of the things
I enjoyed
like
the structure of the story. I quite
yeah,
liked the like here's Victor's story, now here's the creature's tale,
yeah.
and then the
Well, I
finale at
mean,
the end. I thought that was quite nicely put together.
with a few exceptions, it's there's a lot. It's very close to the original story. There's a
Yeah,
lot that stays with that with the story.
I mean
Um,
this one even. I mean it doesn't go down the route of like oh potions, look it's
yeah,
alive,
no,
but it does have potions in it, and it does do the like when he's showing the I don't know who they are the the
the
medical
craftsman and that.
the he
Oh,
goes to
I know what you mean. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
the surgeons, isn't it? It's
The
like some
medical board
college or
or the
whatever.
surgeons and all that sort of stuff. Yeah,
That's all based around potions and things, and
yeah.
so I kind of thought, oh, that's a nice nod to the original because I'm pretty sure I've not read the book in forever, but
No, it's
from
been a while
memory,
since.
it's like potions, right? It's like a
Well, I don't think she never tells you how. They never tell you how he did it in
okay,
the book.
maybe I'm thinking of like an old silent version of.
Yeah, you might be thinking
The
more.
trouble is, I've seen so many versions of
Yeah.
Frankenstein that I forget what was in the book and what was in a movie, and like, oh,
Oh, she never goes in the story. She never
it
goes
just
into
happens.
exactly
Okay.
how. Yeah, he just sort
Hmm.
of tells you that
Funny
he
enough,
created.
this watching this did make me think. Oh, I really should reread that sometime because it's been like what
Yeah,
school when I read that, So
yeah.
it'd be fun to go back to. But yeah, I mean, I overall I really loved. I get the feeling I liked it more than you, actually.
Probably.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think. I think by the end there was some things that just I left me slightly disappointed in it.
Mm.
That I was just, I mean, overall, I still think it's a good movie. I still
Yeah.
think I would still recommend people see it.
Hmm.
But I don't think it's a version I'd probably go back to.
Oh, I think I'd rewatch this. I think I would.
We were discussing what we think is his worst movie, Del Toro's worst movie.
Yeah.
Eh,
Do you think
and I
it's
think this
this?
is probably it
Okay, that's interesting. So
for me.
I don't.
For me, anyway.
I feel like I'd need to watch this movie again and let it kind of sit with me. I think.
Mm.
Um, but yeah, I would watch this again. I actually came away with very few issues. The CGI creatures was
Yeah,
one
that's the worst sort of.
that took me out of the movie. Anytime there was wolves or deer or whatever,
Yeah,
I was
and
instantly like, "Oh God!"
that wolf scene is actually pretty good, except for the jankiness of the wolves.
Everything about the scene is great except for
Yeah,
the wolves.
yeah,
Like it's fine. And it's a really kind of moving scene. David Bradley, wonderful
yeah,
choice for the blind man. I didn't
yeah,
even know
yeah,
know
yeah.
he was cast as the blind man
No,
until
I
I got
didn't
to that
until
scene. And I was like,
no.
oh my god, yeah, that's really cool.
Yeah, makes perfect sense. It's like, okay, that's good.
And
And
it is a
Lars Mikkelsen as the captain's really good as well.
yes.
I
I
didn't know
quite
he was
liked
in
him
it.
holding off his mutinous crew the whole time, where they're like, why
Yeah,
the fuck are we keeping
yeah,
this guy?
that was good. It's like, yeah,
Because I
that was
was with the crew. I was like when
yeah, of course.
when, I said to Jax when they when that guy shot him with the blunderbuss, and I would be like I was like I would throw him overboard if the blunderbuss didn't stop that fucking thing. I would throw that guy overboard immediately.
Yeah,
Just like
he's
take
he's
the
he's all
fucker.
yours. Yeah, he's all
Goodbye.
yours. Ta-da. I mean, they. This is one of the most deviated monsters that you see from a lot of the versions because
Yeah, I mean
he's
Hammer went out there, but yeah.
well, I mean the Hammer one. The first Hammer movie. He's more like a zombie, isn't he? He's just a
But well, no, I mean they did many monsters though, didn't they, over the course
yeah,
of
they did.
those
But
movies?
what I
So
mean with this one is he doesn't actually kill anybody.
no,
He doesn't.
he
I mean,
he tries
they
to
can.
kill Victor, but Victor,
Yeah,
you know,
but not only does he not actually kill anybody, because the whole in the book and in a lot of versions, the whole there's the stuff with like you don't even Justine's not even in this version, so you
mm,
don't get the Justine, and of course he doesn't kill William in the book. He murders William,
mm,
which he doesn't do in this version. So he's much more of a um
sympathetic.
yeah,
Yeah,
very like
I
they
mean the
they
monster was
really
always
turn
sympathetic, but even
yeah
further,
he
like
is,
he
but
doesn't drown
but
any kids or anything by accident,
he's
or
yeah,
you know,
he does monstrous things in a lot of the versions,
yeah.
and he does murder people. He does kill at least two people in
Well,
in,
in many versions, they make it clear that they use the brain of a killer,
yeah,
in the creation of the monster.
yeah, and but here he's like not only is he it's the one of the most sympathetic versions, but he's also Wolverine.
Yes, he is Wolverine.
Like he full on regenerates fucking explosion damage.
I also thought I like see my friend disagrees, but I was like, he might be like the best looking monster. He's quite handsome despite the hideousness.
Well,
you
there's
know, like
yeah.
compared to previous monsters, I was
I
like,
mean,
he's kind of
that's
got a thing going on.
that's Jacob Elordi for you, though, isn't it?
Yeah,
He's
well,
like a
yeah.
really handsome dude.
They chuck all
Um,
this stuff on him, but even then, he's
yeah,
still way more handsome than
but
I'll
they
ever
they
be.
don't make he's like even in the book it describes him as beautifully ugly. He's a
Yeah,
sort
and
of
I think they
he
nailed
has a
that
sort of weird
here.
beauty to him. Yeah, they do. Um there are some versions of the monster where he is just a normal guy. He's just a
Yeah,
handsome guy. There have been versions, right? There's that version. I don't remember which company did it, but there's a version where the creature starts out like normal and handsome and like a real suave guy, but over the course of the movie he starts rotting.
I don't think I've seen that version. That
I
sounds
can't remember which bloody
fascinating.
version it is, but that one, yeah, that one he slowly starts falling apart as the movie goes on. But when you first see him, he's all handsome and suave and stuff. So there are versions where he's a good looking dude.
Mm.
I mean, you could say that what's that terrible one where he fights the gargoyles.
Oh God, what was I Frankenstein or was
Yeah,
that the?
I mean that dude's a good looking chap, and they just scar him up a bit, so he doesn't look terribly monstrous, really.
It's, oh, what's his name? Eccleston, is it, or what was that actor's name?
Um,
Played Two Face in The
yeah,
Dark Knight.
Eckhart, Aaron
Eckhart,
Eckhart.
Aaron
Yeah.
Eckhart. Yeah. God, I forgot that movie even existed. And then there's what's the one with oh my God, who is in that movie? I was thinking of another one the other day, and I was like, God, all of these Frankenstein movies, because I was trying to think of the Frankenstein movies I've seen, and I've probably seen about 30 of them, 35
Yeah.
or so.
Mhm.
But then I just kept thinking of more, and I was like, oh God, and then that one, oh God, and then that one.
Yep.
But yeah, it's there's
Yeah, I
like
mean Frankenstein's right up there with um, Dracula and
Godzilla.
Sherlock Holmes is the most sort of,
Yeah.
the most adapted
Oh,
stories.
sure. Yeah, yeah. I mean, it's ludicrous how many versions. Most lost, but you know,
Yeah,
yeah, a lot of
and some
versions of Frankenstein.
truly fucking awful. A lot of really bad ones. But you,
Elijah Wood plays Igor in this movie that I've
oh,
forgotten about until the other day.
the one with oh god, the
Is it
Scots
just called
dude.
Victor Frankenstein or
It's called
something?
Victor Frankenstein,
Yeah.
isn't it? Yeah, yeah, yeah. That was weird. Well, that one,
Yeah, that was weird.
I kind of
There
enjoyed
was
it.
bits I enjoyed. Yeah, same. There was bits I actually really enjoyed, despite how naff the whole thing was.
I'm pretty sure we reviewed
I think
that.
we did, and then that's what happens with a lot of movies that I watch. Though I review them on the show and then I delete them from my brain. So I think it was one of those. It just kind of
Yeah,
came and went.
James McAvoy
That's right. Yes.
came out 2015, so
Yeah, we definitely
I'm
we were
pretty
probably
sure we
doing.
reviewed it.
We would have done it.
That had some really nice stuff in it. I quite
It
liked
had some cool bits.
because it was really more. It was more from Igor's perspective, wasn't
Yeah,
it?
wasn't there a bit in that movie where he's like, "Oh, Igor, you're not a hunchback. It's just like a pus sack or something." And he's just like, "Yeah,
Yeah,
you're cured. Don't worry about it, buddy."
you need straightening up. I'll just
Oh, that's
hack
right.
that off
Yeah,
you.
he just lops it off and straightens him up. He's like, "Hey, you're
Yeah, he
fine."
puts a like a
A brace on
harness
him.
or something on
Yeah,
him. Yeah, brace on him. Yeah,
yeah. I forgot all about
yeah.
that
It
movie
was
until the other day.
again. I think that one had really janky CGI
Oh
stuff in
yeah,
it as well, didn't it?
yeah. More
But
forgivable
yeah,
in 2015 than in 2025, though.
well, yeah, especially when you think how much money bloody Netflix has got.
I think one wolf, like lose the deer,
Yeah.
and then one wolf
Hmm.
would have been enough.
Yeah.
A lone wolf, a
I mean, I
rogue
would have
wolf.
accepted sort of like some
But just
painted up
put all your
Alsatians.
budget into the one wolf rather than
Just
trying to
some
do.
painted up Alsatians would have been fine.
Yes, to go the hammer route. Why not?
I mean, if you wanted to do some more, tribute to Hammer movies, just get some proper wolves, some proper dogs in and paint them up. It'd be fine. Um,
A couple of German
there was
shepherds
there was
done.
some really. I mean, again, there's all the details are great. I mean, like
Oh,
the
it's a visual feast. Like every
yeah,
scene is like a painting,
the
and
coffins of his mother's coffin, and
oh, the coffins were
like
amazing. Yeah,
you get the face plate, like their faces are out on
we were
they put
trying to
this,
work out like what are they
wow.
meant to even be made of? Like, was it ivory?
I
Was it like, and then we were like, is it metal? Because if that's metal, that must be so heavy. Like, what is it made of? But it looked
yeah.
amazing. Or is it
Well,
stone? Or
it didn't look. I think it was stone. I think I guess it was marble.
which is
Because I
ludicrous.
think
Like that would be
because
so heavy.
I think when they put the face plates on, it makes a sort of stone grinding noise, doesn't it? So I
Yeah, it
think
kind of does. If they
I'm
were going
guessing it
for
was stone.
marble, that's so heavy. But
Yeah, that probably needed more bearers than what they
yeah, I
had.
think so. But a wonderful visual.
Yeah, beautiful. And of course, fucking Charles Dance as his dad is
I
just
know. See, Charles
great.
Dance is so good in anything he's in.
And I think that's the second time he's played Victor's father as well.
Oh, probably. I remember he was in that fucking awful Dracula movie. And like
Oh
the one
God.
scene he's in is like the only good scene of that whole movie.
Which one? Oh, the Unbound one.
Origins
Oh,
of,
oh,
yeah.
yeah,
And it might
that
be Unbound or something like that.
Unbound.
Whatever.
It's oh God, yeah, that was
Terrible.
that.
But then
It
Charles
is
Dance turns
terrible.
up for like
And
5 minutes and he's kind of cool.
Charles Dance is the guy that turns him, and it's like, yeah, that was cool.
But yeah,
Again, that movie had some nice stuff in it, but it was
in
overall
amongst
fucking awful.
the crap, yeah. Well, I genuinely enjoyed this one a lot, actually. Like I said, I kind of came away like having very little to complain about other than the CGI creatures.
Hmm.
Um, the bride thing was weird. Like teasing bride and then not doing bride was a weird
Yeah,
choice. It was almost like he wanted to do another movie and just didn't have the budget or didn't have the rights, because obviously there is this Bride of Frankenstein monstrosity coming out soon with Christian Bale and fuck knows what else.
I was actually
Maybe he just didn't have the rights and he was like, I'd like to, but I can't. I
that
don't know.
sounded really good at first, and the first pictures,
Oh,
when the black
the
and white ones,
trailer
I thought
looked
looked okay.
horrible.
And then when you start noticing things like the tattoos on him, and you think, oh, he's got tattoos. Oh no.
I
Oh
didn't
God,
see
no.
any of that. I just saw the trailer, and it was one of the worst
Yeah,
trailers I've seen
and
in
then
years.
yeah, that does look like. I mean, it might be all right actually
It
once it
might be.
comes
We've
out.
seen terrible trailers for good movies before,
Yeah,
and we've seen good trailers for bad movies before.
yeah.
So, you know.
Well, I think that's another thing that disappoints me about this movie actually is that it's 2.5 hours long,
Mm-hmm.
and I think you could probably have weirdly, you could have lost half an hour of certain bits, but they could have better served the characters by putting more in for them. So you could have kept the length,
Yeah.
just
Keep the
more
length.
character,
Just
um,
recontextualize. Yeah, sure.
sort of, characterization would have been much nicer.
Hmm.
Um, because yeah, certain bits during the lead up to the creation dragged a little for me.
It didn't for me. I can see why it would for a lot of people. In fact, we were discussing before while we were watching the movie that some of my friends, she was like, oh, some of my friends were all saying how boring it is, and we didn't find it boring at all. But I can see why people would.
No,
I think I'm just, I don't know. It's weird. The older I'm getting, the more I'm just like, I'm cool with a slow burn. I quite like it.
I do. I love it.
Mm.
A lot of movies I love are slow burn movies, but I think for this one, I think it was just
I think you raise a really good point about the
dull.
brother. The brother being underserved, I completely agree with. I hadn't considered it, but now you've said it,
I mean,
I
the
totally
fact
agree.
that they made a point, he makes a point of aging him up, so
Yeah,
that to give him this the sort of story, this,
assistant role and the
yeah,
love
and to give
triangle
him,
role, and yeah.
and then I don't think it was handled
Hmm.
well.
I didn't come away thinking that, but now that you've pointed it out, I tend to agree.
Yeah.
So
I mean, I quite like the fact that in the end, I mean, he can't fucking die, so he's just going to wander off. And I thought that was an interesting end, that he just sort of like, okay, well, I'm going to go on now because it's, sorry, again, spoilers, but I did like that sort of that oh, I forgive you sort of thing. Now go and live your life.
yeah.
That was cool. I didn't I like that. I like,
Mm.
and as I said, I didn't dislike the film. I just thought it was just not as good as I was hoping it was going to be.
Sure. Yeah.
I think for a movie that was Del Toro's, you know,
Magnum
massive,
opus.
he's going to be his big,
Yeah.
I think it was, yeah, slightly disappointing for that. But
Hmm.
again, I'd still recommend people see it. But I would also say go watch Mary Shelley's Frankenstein. It's much better. It's I think that movie's a lot of people hate that movie. It gets a lot of
I
shit.
don't hate that movie. We reviewed that movie, right?
Yeah, we covered it a
I
couple of
don't hate
weeks
Mary
back.
Shelley's Frankenstein at all, and in fact, I think this film borrows a lot from Mary Shelley's Frankenstein.
Yeah, and I
Actually,
think that's kind of, I felt slightly disappointed that it did that, because you think, well, I, again, this is me being an old person. It didn't feel that long since that movie, and it felt
no.
very much
Well,
like this,
in the realm
and
of
it is.
Frankenstein movies, Mary Shelley's Frankenstein is one of the more modern versions. I mean, we're going back to like what, like
Yeah,
1906 or something for the first 1910 or something for the first
Yeah, I think
Frankenstein
that's what the
movies. So,
first
you know,
one is. Yeah, and so it sort of felt like it was it it didn't feel in places enough like it was his own thing.
fair enough. Yeah, I can see that.
But there was, yeah, there, as I said, there was still a lot to like about it. So yeah, as I said, I'd recommend it, but I'd say see the Hammer one or the original Universal one or the Mary Shelley's one before that. This, because I think all of those versions are better.
Sure. I mean, I will always, I think probably hold the original Universal sound Universal horror movie is those movies are probably the nearest and dearest to my heart, followed closely by the
Yeah,
Hammer movies, so or at least some
and
of the Hammer movies before they go
I
off.
would always say with the Universal one as well is make sure you see both Frankenstein and the Bride, because
It's one story.
they always feel like one movie to me.
They are, and Bride is wacky. It's
Yep.
great. And
Yeah,
also
when
watch Son of Frankenstein, which is my favorite of the Frankenstein movies. And I don't really have any justification for it because it's not the best film, but there's something. It's fucking Igor, man. You know
yeah.
that performance is so good. I love Bela Lugosi. I think that's my favorite Bela Lugosi performance of all time.
Well, I think that's the thing about that performance is it's stuck in so many people's heads that people think
People
that
assume that Igor
Frankenstein
was
should
always
have
the
an Igor.
yeah,
Yeah,
and it wasn't. It
people
was Bela
people,
Lugosi, and it was
people
fucking
think
so
he should
good.
have, he should have an Igor, but he doesn't. It's actually not a rare thing for him to have that.
Anyway, we're back to doing podcasts, so yeah, you're welcome back to the tangents.
Yes,
We
yeah,
just right back into the tangents. But no, I love this movie. Obviously, you less so, but you still recommend it as a film.
yeah. I would still recommend it.
Um,
I mean, it's on. I mean, most people have a Netflix subscription these
yeah, I
days, so
imagine most of
it's
you have tried at
you
this
know
point. But
it'll certainly pass some time if nothing else.
yeah, it'll pass a lot of time. But yeah, so that was Frankenstein. I highly recommend it, and Matt recommends it. So
Yeah.
yeah. What else have you watched?
So I watched this a while ago, but
Mm.
so I watched M3GAN 2.0.
Oh dear.
Um,
We both
so
loved M3GAN.
we did.
I
We
thought the trailer for this looked awful.
I was willing
Why?
to give it
Oh
more
no,
of a.
no. Yeah, that's fair enough.
I mean, oh no, yeah, the trailer looked terrible, and I was just thinking I'm just going to go with it anyway
Yeah.
and hope.
Hope for the best.
So with this one, we've got pretty much everyone's back for this one. So
Mm-hmm.
the Alison Williams as Gemma. You've got Isla McGraw as Katie again. You've got her two assistants, Cole and Tess, Jan Van Epps and Brian Jordan Alvarez, and obviously you've got the two people, Amy Donald and Jenna Davis, which are the body and the voice of M3GAN. So this time round, you've got this new robot that the government is supposed to be a sort of like hey, it's a government controlled robot sort of thing that um they're testing at the beginning, and of course it goes rogue, and it's like, oh my god, it's killing the person that it shouldn't be killing. Oh no! And so obviously you get there. Then it sets up that Gemma now is sort of she's working for a foundation to sort of to help people cope better with technology and to
Yeah.
like stuff that she should have been doing in the
Don't
first
don't
movie.
impulse buy a
Yeah,
fucking death robot and give it to your daughter.
exactly.
Yeah,
Yeah,
sure.
yeah. People should be, families should be looking after their kids, not letting
Maybe.
computers,
Yeah.
bring them up for you. So you get all that, and obviously you get to a certain point where it turns out, M3GAN has been watching them all along, and she's been pulling strings behind the scenes, and obviously, this there's a Jane, Jermaine Clement turns up as this tech billionaire asshole, and there's this guy called Christiane who is the head of this foundation that Gemma works for, and she's got a thing for him and all that sort of stuff. So you get all this sort of like new
Okay.
sort of dynamics and things, and it becomes clear that it's all gone wrong, and the government are now looking into Gemma again, and um, the robot's going to be coming for them. So they've got to rebuild M3GAN to sort of fight this robot, and it's ludicrous.
There's no other
It's
way to solve this problem other than to make another fucking robot.
yeah,
Like, we have no other way. We can't just use guns or just run the fucking thing over with a truck. No, we have to rebuild the death robot from the first movie. That's our only option, guys.
and they are doing their best to
We
sort
can't
of
just throw an
rehabilitate her.
EMP grenade at the fucking thing. No, no, no.
No. They're doing their best to sort of rehabilitate her and stuff.
But yeah, which is hilarious. I mean, that is
Yeah.
a funny sound. The idea of someone trying to rehabilitate this fucking
Well,
psycho robot is quite funny.
It's like season 2 of Arcane,
Oh yeah,
where they were
the inevitably disappointing sequel.
why? No, we like the fact that she's a nut job
Yes.
villain. Stop it. Stop trying to make her.
Why would we ever have wanted M3GAN to be the good guy?
Yeah, no. And I mean, the thing is that at times it works, but
Well, they skirt it with, like Chucky is irredeemably fucking evil, but it's still fun to watch him.
yeah,
He can still be the protagonist, even though he's a piece of shit.
of course. And with something like Chucky, you're watching it because you want Chucky to kill people.
Yes,
It's as simple as that.
absolutely.
You wouldn't watch it otherwise, really, would you? Because I mean, there's a certain amount of you want Chucky to have a bit of comeuppance and stuff, depending on who the good guy is. I think if what's his name, the kid Andy. If Andy's the sort of good guy, then you don't really want. Well, I don't really want Andy to die.
No, he's
You know,
annoying, but he's not that
yeah,
annoying.
you don't want him to die, but on everybody else is should be up. Everybody else should be fodder. It's fine.
Agreed.
Um, it takes way too long to get to fucking M3GAN as well. When you eventually get to her, there's a lot of bloody build up, and some of it is all right. Weird. I mean, having said that, I had a good time with this movie.
Well, that's good.
It's rubbish. Don't get me wrong.
Yeah.
It's not near as good as the first one.
Well, the first one, the first one genuinely surpassed my expectations.
Yeah,
I had very low expectations for that movie, and it far surpassed them.
I wish they would have kept it as a gore. Would have kept it as a gore movie and not tried to get the younger people in because of TikTok and that. The dance thing, and they do the beats from the first, so you get another dance scene, which again is actually fun. It's quite funny when it eventually turns up, and there's this moment, where she sings. Was it Titanium's the song in the first one, where she sings to Katie about being strong? And that? I think it's Titanium is the song, and in this one, she's talking to Gemma about how I know how tough you've had being a parent. She's saying to her,
right,
and she starts singing. And I looked at my wife, and she looked at me, and she said, "What?" And I said, "Is she about to sing This Woman's Work by Kate Bush?" And lo and behold, she starts singing This Woman's Work by Kate Bush, and it's like, okay, on one level, I'm always happy for movies to use Kate Bush and in the right circumstances, and for more people to get to listen to Kate Bush. However, it felt very clear that somebody went, "Hey, what was that song that did really well on Stranger Things? Hey, does she have other songs that are like that we could use for this?" And it kind of felt like that.
Sure, and I imagine you're pretty close to the truth there.
And it was the thing is for my wife, she hated it. For me, it was just the right side of awful cheese.
Okay, yeah. It's a
it was
fine
like
line. It's a fine
it's
fucking
yeah,
line.
it was just verging on, and it's like, no, it's still funny. It's still funny. I thought it was funny. It was sort of kind of awful but funny when she does it, and she does quite well singing it actually.
Right.
Um, Obviously you get the inevitable betrayals and stuff like that, and like you get, oh, of course it's going to be that person or whatever, that sort of thing. You get all that, and it's such a mess of a movie. It again, like how long is it? Is it 2 hours? Yes, it's a 2 hour movie,
That is
and
longer than I expected.
you probably could have knocked off half an hour
That
because there's a
sounds
lot of
about right. That sounds about
there's
more
a,
like what I was expecting. Yes.
yeah, there's a lot of faffing at the beginning, and you do when by the time you get to the sort of the robot fighting robot stuff, it's like right near the end, and you're like, oh come on, you could have stretched this. Like you could have had a couple of a couple of better fights here. That would
Yeah.
have been nice. But having said that, I still kind of enjoyed it. It was more of an enjoying a car crash type thing than
Yeah. Fair
a
enough.
good movie, because it's not. Um, I would say if you've seen the first one and you like the first one, give it a go. You might like it, um, but just keep in mind it's not. It's nowhere near. I kind of admire them for doing something different.
Yeah.
You know, for
It
added.
just seemed so unnecessary. Like I saw see in the trailer that this is the most unnecessary thing you've done
Yeah,
as as far as sequel ideas go.
yeah.
I would have
I mean,
preferred it if you just did more of the same than tried
there's a
this.
there's a whole bit with Gemma. So Gemma's now working. She's one of the things that she's working on is this exoskeleton for like paraplegics to be able to
Okay.
walk and stuff.
Yeah. Yeah.
But it also basically gives you like super strength
Of
and all that
course it
sort of
does.
stuff.
Yeah. Yeah.
Exactly, because of course it does. And there's this whole scene where have you seen Upgrade?
Yes.
You get a whole scene of Gemma in the thing with
Okay.
Megan controlling her.
Oh, right. Okay.
Which don't get me wrong, it's done really well. It looks really good,
Mm,
and it is really fun. I mean, you can tell that it's a bloody stunt woman. It's not
of
the
course.
actress, which is not a problem for me. It's
No,
like I actually the
it's
way
a
they cover her
film.
face
Yeah.
is quite well done. It's actually I thought, oh, no, I quite like that. That yes, of course it's a stunt woman, but they've done a good job of hiding the face and flinging her around. It's a really good scene, but it is a scene that you just go, oh, you just watched Upgrade and went that.
Yeah. We're nicking it.
'Cause that's what a lot of this movie does feel like. Is like you watched that movie and went, we'll have that, and we'll have that, and we'll have that.
Yeah.
So you know, again, it's not a good movie, but it was an enjoyable movie. That was I had a lot of fun. It
Fair
was
enough.
it's still funny stuff. Megan's still funny,
It's a great character.
yeah,
You know.
I think I, I don't think it did terribly well, so I don't think we're going to get another one.
Hmm.
But it might be one of those ones where you just go, give it 10 years, and they'll bring her back, because that's what they seem to be doing with the horror movies. Is like, oh, what haven't we done for a while? Let's
Yeah.
just bring back that person. So I don't think we're going to see another one for a bit, but they'll probably dig her back up eventually,
Hmm.
But yeah, you could do worse. It's not great. I had a lot of fun, and I think if you like the first one, there's enough in it that I think you would enjoy. I think if you didn't like the first one, then really don't bother with this. You're not going to get anything out of it.
Hmm. Fair
It
enough.
is, it is in tone. Sometimes the tone's up and down, but overall, I would say the tonally, it's a lot more jokey and a lot more comedy,
Sure.
sort of, than the first one was.
Okay. Yeah. Fair enough. I'm not sure I will bother, but I'm glad now I know.
Yeah,
Confirmation.
yeah.
Um, so speaking of shit, I watched Tron Ares.
You
there's
fool!
there's my review. This is the oldest. It's the oldest of the films I watched. So let me see what. So naturally, when you watch a film that you don't really like, the bits stick in your mind are most of the negatives, so I'm going to try and remember some positives as well. There are a few.
Yeah.
So remember Tron Legacy? Throw out the window. It's all gone. None of it matters.
For me, that's
Yeah.
the worst
It
part
is
of
the
this
worst
movie.
part of this movie. I agree.
They basically took everything from that movie and went, no, not going to bother.
Yeah. And also, you will come to realize while watching this movie, Tron Legacy didn't really fucking matter anyway. So which I don't think they intended. I don't think they intended that. But as a result of this movie, you have to kind of retcon Legacy to make Legacy matter at all. So we get like a, flash, well, like it's like news reports shown through the grid kind of deal, and they're like, oh, Sam Flynn, he's gone, and Kevin Flynn, he's gone, and Encom's still around, Dillinger's still around. Now it's Dillinger's grandson, Julian Dillinger.
And Gillian Anderson, his daughter?
Mother.
Gillian Anderson's his... no, Dillinger from the first movie.
Sorry, yeah, so Gillian Anderson is Dillinger's daughter.
Yeah.
And then Julian Dillinger is her son. Yeah.
Yeah.
So he's now in charge of Encom. They never mention the other Dillinger who was in Legacy. He was like the board at Encom.
That was oh god, what's his name? The Irish actor.
Yes, it was
Scarecrow.
That Irish actor. It was Scarecrow. Yes.
Cillian Murphy.
Mr. Scarecrow. Yeah, it was Cillian Murphy. They didn't really mention. I don't think they mentioned him once from memory. Although it was a while ago that I watched this.
So does it feel like they literally just didn't bother? Like they wrote that one off completely. Then second movie.
No. At the end of this movie, they tease the next movie, but this almost certainly never going to happen. Which would have Ares going to find Sam, presumably. That's like the end of this movie. He's like, I'm going to go find other people like me. And for some reason, he has pictures of them and a map to them or some shit. Who knows?
Just find this in my pocket.
Yeah. So anyways, 15 years after Tron Legacy, and none of Tron Legacy matters, and then Encom is now led by Eve Kim. She is now the current CEO of Encom, and she is in search of something called the Permanence Code. Meanwhile, Julian Dillinger is showing off his new weapon. It's the new weapon system. He's showing off to these potential buyers, and it's Ares, and they can 3D print soldiers, and they'll do anything you want, and they're super intelligent, and they're robots, and they know stuff, and we see that Ares can tell when it's going to rain. He's like, oh, there's moisture in the air. It's going to rain. And then it starts raining. And they're like, ooh. And then he looks at people and he gets the Terminator eyes where he can kind of see key information about them based on whatever's in the database. So he knows who everyone is. And they're like, ooh. And then they all leave happy. And then Ares dies because they don't have the permanence code.
Yeah.
So they have invented
some... like a Darkman style
29 minutes they can be alive for, and then they die. At which point me thought, well, Legacy was a load of bollocks then, because if that fucking entire army had gone into the real world, they would have lasted 29 minutes and had disintegrated, so nothing would have come from that. If they just sat in the fucking grid and did nothing, nothing would have happened. And my only retcon, and it is a retcon because they do not say it in this movie, you'd have to retcon it to be, well, I guess Kevin Flynn's disc had the code, and thus getting the disc would have made that work. But they never say that in Legacy, and it's not bloody made clear here either. But anyway, they're searching for this permanence code, which I think is really fucking dumb. The idea that there's some this digital code is going to stop them disintegrating horribly in the real world. Fine.
Right.
Anyway,
Yeah.
she's off to find that with the most insufferable prick you've ever seen in any movie. I can't even remember this guy's name. Where is he? I'm looking. Seth. I think it's Seth. Yeah, it's Seth. Yeah, nothing against the actor. The character is insufferable. Like, I know people have criticized Greta Lee's Eve Kim. She is nowhere near as annoying as this fuck. Like, everything that comes out of his mouth. Everything. Just the worst kind of let's make a joke out of everything side character. Just go away. Anyway, they're searching for the permanence code. Dillinger's searching for the permanence code. They trap Eve in the fucking grid, obviously. Ares, meanwhile, we do get we get a nice scene with when we see Ares being born and dying constantly. They're like, you know, they're perfecting his combat or whatever, and he keeps dying and coming back and dying and coming back, and he's kind of retaining memory a little bit each time, you know, even though he's not supposed to.
Yeah. Oh, okay. So it's not supposed to, but he
I don't think so. I think the idea was that he wouldn't, but he does. Other than you know, he's kind of getting smarter every time, obviously. But I thought the idea was that he didn't retain the memories, but he was somehow. But in any case, he basically has at this point he's started looking into the real world because he's been to the real world and he's kind of like intrigued by the real world, you know.
Yeah.
And he's intrigued by relationships and he doesn't understand any of that stuff. Because, by the way, despite everything you've seen in every other Tron movie, now they're just fucking soulless and have fuck all emotion whatsoever. Like one of the villain in this, the lady villain, she turns to Ares at one point and she's like, "What are emotions?" or something like that. I was like, "Oh, for fuck's sake!" It wasn't. I don't think it was that explicit, but I'm paraphrasing. She turns around and she's like, "What emotions? What are they?"
All of those programs in the first one have got emotions.
The whole point of Tron is that they personified fucking. They gave personalities and emotions to the fucking programs. Londo Malari was clearly fucking terrified about being in the fucking games in Tron.
Yes. Yeah.
What the fuck?
I mean, if they had no emotion, then they wouldn't have a need for a religion.
Mm-hmm. So anyway, they get emotion once they're in the real world anyway, so it's all for nothing. They just don't have emotion at the start, apparently. Maybe you could argue, maybe, it's Dillinger's version doesn't have emotions.
Okay.
I guess. I'm being kind.
Yeah, okay. So doing your own work, basically what you're saying is Dillinger's come up with these things, so
and they're kind of emotionless.
They're separate from the already existing grid.
They are separate. I guess they are separate. We'll go with that.
So if they're separate from the existing grid, then I guess that's fine.
We'll go with that. Let's give them the benefit of the doubt. Anyway, she finds the permanence code. And so Dillinger needs it, obviously. He finds that she's...
The sigh in your voice.
I know. It's because I forgot most of this movie, and now I'm looking at Wikipedia and I'm remembering this movie, and I'm sighing as I remember bits. So anyway, he traps her in the grid, and basically Ares is to kill her, doesn't kill her, they escape. And then the movie goes on from there. This movie had one of the best teaser trailers of the year, if not in years. It was wonderful. And then everything I saw after that trailer just made it worse. And watching this movie was the same. Like, the more you see, the worse it gets. Casting Jared Leto as your lead was not going to win me over to begin with.
He's going to be Skeletor, for fuck's sake.
He's a fucking cult leader. Can we just not?
Can we stop casting him, please?
Or tell him he has to have a fucking haircut to be in a movie. Because this is what worries me. He's
not looking like Charles Manson.
Right? Because you're a fucking cult leader. And I'm like, well, if you really want to be an actor and not a cult leader, then maybe change your look, because you've looked the same in every fucking movie. Every fucking movie.
I really don't
It's
understand
weird.
why
It's
they
weird that
thought
he won't
he would.
change his appearance for a movie.
Why did they think he would make a good Skeletor?
I don't know. Why did they think he would make a good Ares? Whatever the fuck it is. This is a Tron movie without Tron, by the way. Why didn't
Yeah.
they call him Tron?
Doesn't make sense either, does it?
Why didn't they call him Tron 2.0 or something? Then you should at least have a Tron in the movie.
Yeah.
But this
I mean, I
movie
suppose-
does have a wonderful 10 minutes. A beautiful 10 minutes.
Has a beautiful 10 minutes, okay.
Where we meet Jeff Bridges. It's great. It's great. And it kind of does something that I've always said they should have done in Legacy and didn't. But they find a like on a disc, a floppy disk or whatever, they find a version of the old grid. And so they send Ares there to kind of have him escape, right? They send him into that version of the grid. And that's where he meets Kevin Flynn. But it's the original Tron version of the grid. So it looks like they even changed the color.
Okay.
They add noise. They do everything to make it look like the original Tron grid. The bike's exactly the same. It's the exact same bike from the movie. It all looks like the movie. It's a lovely, lovely tribute. And I always remember watching Legacy thinking, Flynn's bike should be an original bike. It should look like the original bike, you know? And they do that here. And it's a lovely little moment in this sea of shit. There's this wonderful, 10 minutes with Jeff Bridges. Also, Gillian Anderson's brilliant. Make her the fucking villain. Why didn't you just have her as the villain? She's great, and she's criminally underused, just like Jeff Bridges in this movie.
I've just noticed as well on the cast list, bloody Catherine Isabel's in it. Who is she? She's playing somebody called Marsha Lee Hadlow.
I think she's one of the people in the room when he's like, "This is Ares. Ares is the best weapon ever."
Oh,
and they
okay,
kind of
so
go, "Ooh," and then leave. I think she's one
Right,
of them.
okay.
Yeah.
Right.
If that's who I'm thinking of, I'm assuming that's who it is. One of them. But yeah, I mean, this is a movie I will never watch again. I've pretty much forgotten all of it. I had to read Wikipedia to even understand what had happened at this point.
Your brain was saving you from remembering it.
Pretty much. I mean, I love Tron, the original Tron. I have issues with Legacy for sure. Like,
I mean,
fucking,
we covered Tron, and
we did.
You know, we there before. You're a massive Tron fan. I'm a big Tron fan. You're a huge Tron fan, and yeah, I'm so looking forward to this. And
me
and
too.
like
that first trailer, we were both hyped. If you listen to the episode where we first saw the trailer, we were like, "Oh my god!"
And we did. You know, I think we did have the thing that was like, it's a shame
it's Disney.
Who's in it?
It's modern Disney. Yeah.
You know, we can live with it if it's 100%. Good.
I love Blade Runner 2049. He's in that. I mean, they cast him right in that. He's a piece of shit.
He's good in that. He's a yeah.
They cast him in the right role.
And the thing is that Jared Leto is actually a good actor. In a lot of his earlier movies, he's really fucking good.
Yeah, I'm not doubting his acting ability, but he seems unwilling to play roles anymore. He just seems to be himself in things.
Yeah, he's got to a sort of weird part in his life where he's no longer acting.
So this movie as well. Two things, like one is film movie based, which is a problem with the movie, and the other is more my taste. So the thing that is definitely to me bugs me about this movie and is wrong with this movie, this totally feels like, and you've seen movies like this before, this absolutely feels like a movie that had set pieces first and then wrote a plot around set pieces rather than actually having a plot and then building set pieces to match the plot.
But that's how they do. They admitted that's how they do Marvel.
Yeah, so that's what they've done here, clearly, like in my opinion. And the other thing, and this is me, I think this is my issue. I don't want Tron in the real world. It just every time they went to the real world in this, I was like, I don't care. You know, like outside of, and Tron had the nice balance, right? Where you saw some people doing stuff, typing in the real world and talking a bit, and then it would go back. You obviously need that. And Legacy with the build up to them going on into the grid. Great. But I don't want to see the programs in the real world.
But
I just don't.
I think though, by its very nature, that's kind of the next step, though.
It
really.
is. It is, which is why I say this is probably more a issue that I have than anything.
Yeah.
It's just not something that I find particularly interesting or captivating.
I don't disagree with you. However, it could be a nice idea pulled off right.
It could have been handled better for sure.
You know, I actually like I like the idea of a third one with Cora and
yes, we're assuming that
you know.
Cora being an ISO meant that she didn't disintegrate 29 minutes after appearing in the real world. That would have been such a brilliant ending to Legacy. They walk out of the fucking arcade and she just explodes.
He drives off and she explodes on the back of his bike as he's driving off.
Oh, someone make a cut of that, please. Oh. No, she is alive because she's
that could be good. And I liked the kiddie Flynn. I thought he was all right.
Sam?
Sam, I thought was
I liked
right.
him. My issues with Legacy, I've said before. I don't like that Sam Flynn is a fucking ninja 5 seconds after turning up in the grid. That sort of stuff bothers me.
Well, that didn't bother me because he was. I mean,
he's like, oh, I'm on the grid, cool, and now I'm a ninja.
But he's a extreme sports dude, so at least there's.
Oh, I guess
there's precedence for it. He's not just me turning up and turning up somewhere and like, I'm a fucking ninja now.
All right,
no,
fair enough.
I mean, at least he was jumping off buildings with parachutes and and
that whole stuff that was really dumb as well. But yeah, but I do like Legacy. I do. I like Legacy a lot. I've softened on Legacy tremendously. The soundtrack to this movie is fantastic. It ain't Daft Punk, but it is very good.
I mean, as a huge Nine Inch Nails fan, I
have you listened to it?
I have. I've heard bits of it.
It's very good.
It is good. And like you said, the Daft Punk's.
The Daft Punk soundtrack was perfect, and it's like rare. It's like rarely perfect. But anyway, TRON Ares. I don't recommend it. I wasn't a fan.
I think I'm probably never going to watch it.
One day, the 10-minute clip with Kevin Flynn will be online. That is worth a watch. That's lovely.
Yeah.
Really lovely.
Well, if it's just on telly, maybe I'll record it and just.
I'll try and find a timestamp for you. And then if the movie ever comes up, you can fast forward to the timestamp. Anyway, I don't know. I mean, I originally watched this for a different podcast that Terry Cooper was doing. He invited me on, and unfortunately lost because Terry's computer died. But he was much more positive about this than me, and he's a huge TRON fan. So maybe I'm just an asshole. It's possible, but I wasn't a big fan of this. Obviously, just go watch Legacy. And Legacy ends really nicely, actually. I quite like the ending of Legacy. They just go into the real world, and then it's up to your imagination what happens.
And they just drive off. Yeah, that is a good ending.
It's fine. We don't need to know everything. Anyway, let's get off this fucking movie. What else have you watched? I
also seen the new remake of The Toxic Avenger.
Which normally would have me rolling my eyes, but it's fucking Troma remaking Troma.
Yeah, pretty much.
I'm down.
I don't think the company that makes it is Troma though. It's
Troma adjacent though, isn't it? I think.
Lord Kaufman certainly had hand in it.
I thought this was Troma. I thought this was Troma.
I don't think it's the.
Maybe it's not.
It's hang on.
Well, it certainly has Troma sensibilities.
It's legendary. Oh, it does say Troma. Okay.
Yeah, I thought Troma definitely had a hand in it.
Lloyd Kaufman's certainly in it, as you'd sort of expect. So this time round, we've got Peter Dinklage as Winston, who is a single father to Jacob Tremblay's Wade. He's his stepdad, so he's not even the kid's real dad. But so the mum's not that long passed away. The kid's sort of like a nervous, sort of doing dance stuff at school, but not quite having the courage for it, and all that sort of stuff. And Winston's this sort of well, he's a janitor that works for the is it the HD H something or other company, this sort of like awful drug company that's like ruining the ruining the town that they live in, which is
Mm.
not Traumaville.
Ah,
It's not Trauma, and um he's not he's not the original thing. He's got a different name and everything. There's a lot of characters that are hinted at but aren't the same,
right.
which is was a bit weird. Um what is oh BTH is the name of this company. And it's St. Roma Village, but the sign for the town has got some of the letters
Mm.
blocked out, so it does say Tromaville. Um,
Okay, well that's yeah, okay.
yeah, so the company this horrible company is run by Kevin Bacon's doing his best villain sort of thing, and you've got him as Kevin Bacon as Bob Garbager, and Elijah Wood as his brother.
Okay.
Um, and Elijah Wood just likes playing grotesques, doesn't he?
He does. He seems to get a real kick
Because
out of it for sure.
he's got this. His character looks like riffraff.
Okay.
He's all hunched over. He's balding with long hair, like bald with long hair and sort of like a suit with this like um wedge shoe, and he walks with a cane, and he's like this sort of like um he's supposed to be the head of the security for this thing, and he gets um his this rock band of his to do his dirty work, and you've got like this massive chicken headed masked dude and this like um Limp Biscuit like lead singer. It's and sort of doing horrible things. And you're in the beginning, you've got this JJ, sorry, um, yeah, JJ character played by Taylor Page, who's a journalist, and she's got all the dirt on this company, and they turn up and they kill her boss. Um, and she goes on the run with this sort of thing, and then of
Mm.
course Peter Dinklage basically gets told that he's got this brain tumor that's like pretty much well, it's actually quite funny the way he's told that it's a really bad thing, and then there's this sort of like, oh, but you can't. There are some drugs for you, and he's like, what the fuck didn't you tell me that in the first place? So you get these like little funny things like that.
Mm.
So he's desperate to sort of live because he wants, he doesn't want to leave this kid, orphaned.
Sure.
So he initially goes to the boss and says, "Oh, could you just change my insurance because my insurance doesn't cover it?" And he's like, "Yeah, sure, why not?" And then like fobs him off. So of course he goes to rob the place, and then of course he ends up being chucked in some
Yes.
toxic waste, and he becomes
As you should be. Yeah.
yeah, and then he becomes Toxie, and then from there it's like he's the sort of hero, and they set up early that you know they come out of him and the kid come out of their apartment, and their next door neighbor is being harassed by this guy. He's like, "You got to give us the deed to your shop, sort of thing, or we'll kill your cat."
Okay.
And one of the funniest things is it's got a number of English actors that were like, "Whoa, that's weird. I never expected to see that person." So Annette Badland is his neighbor. I think she's most famous for most people for playing the Slovene in Doctor Who, in 2 episodes of Doctor Who.
Oh, okay.
You know the actress I mean?
Yes.
So she's like the neighbour's like, "Oh, that's weird." And then it's also got Julia Davis is Kevin Bacon's like right hand woman. It's like, wow, I did not expect to see Julia Davis in a Troma movie, but it
It's
kind
pretty
of
cool
works.
though. Yeah.
It really works because her a lot, like 1990 has got that sort of weird humor that would fit perfectly with um the Troma stuff.
Yeah.
Uh, so it actually genuinely feels like a Troma movie.
That's great. I actually thought the trailer looked like a Troma movie.
Yeah, it's got silly humor, it's got gross out humor, it's got boobs and dicks and
Yeah. Does a
people
kid get his head run over?
no, but a dude gets his head run over.
Okay, close enough. They ran
Um,
over that kid in the opening of Toxic
yes, they did.
Avenger. So I was like, do they do that? But they do it with the guy. Fair enough. They still did it.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Oh, they do full on arms ripping.
That's a weird thing to request from a movie. But if you've watched Toxic Avenger, then
yeah.
well, I expect that from the sequel or from the
Yeah.
remake. Sorry, not the sequel. I wonder if they will do a sequel.
So,
Of course,
so there's the effects are okay.
you don't
there
want the
is
effects to be too good because that would ruin the
well,
Tromas.
the thing is, so the thing is that a lot of the effects are CG, so they're not
Okay.
full on like practical.
Okay.
There is some practical gore. There is a lot of like, chucking of blood on things, which is always good because if I hate it when
Oh,
you
CG
use
blood is the
CGI
worst.
blood on
Yeah.
covering people. One of the worst ones in recent years for that was that Dracula movie, the Renfield.
Oh God, Renfield. Yeah,
I loved that movie,
I didn't.
but the bit where he's like murdered all those people in the
Yeah.
hotel, and it's like, why does he not look like he should? I mean, he should be completely covered in gore, and he's not
Yeah.
because they use CG bloody blood, which is annoying. But they do it when they splash the stuff around. It's proper gore, which is good. And there are some of the limbs are real and all that sort of stuff. But there's a couple of ones with like he takes the top of someone's head off, and it's like you can see that it's sort of not too good. But as you said, you don't really want it to be that good for a Troma movie. I would say you could definitely knock off, I don't know, good 20 minutes. It's an hour 40, so it's not overly long, but there were certain bits where it sort of dragged a little. The guy who directed it is also also in it. Macon Blair, who's a really cool actor. Have you ever seen Blue Ruin? He's
Have I
fucking
seen Blue
amazing.
Ruin? I know the name's really familiar, which is
He's
making me think
fucking
maybe I have.
amazing in Blue Ruin. Oh,
Yeah.
he was in Green Room as well. He's a really good actor, but he's also gone on to do sort of like stuff behind the scenes as well. But I think he's done a really good job here. There's a few sort of nods to the original. There's like a blind lady, and which for some reason they've made the blind woman an FBI agent or a CIA agent. I
Okay.
think it's and she's not anything like the original. And like I said, they've got names and things of characters, but they're not on the right people.
Sure.
You see what I mean? There's the Peter Dinklage. The initial this sort of he does this sort of sad sack thing really well. He's doing this because obviously he's narrating the movie as well.
Sure.
And he's sort of the sort of moments where the bad guys are harassing his neighbor, and he's like, "Oh, I'd like to stand up to them, but sometimes you should just do nothing," sort of thing. And and the kid's really disappointed in him that he didn't help. But you can see that he's a little guy that just wants to get on with his life and doesn't really want. But once he gets the powers, obviously he becomes toxic.
He's now empowered to right wrongs and whatnot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it is fun. It's genuinely, there were some real chuckles. There were some real sort of moments where it's where they've got him chained up in the sort of this sort of the dungeon of the bad guy's place. And slight spoiler, I suppose. They've got him chained up with this journalist, and they can't get out. And he's like he realizes that he can get out of this because he realizes that earlier on he went for a wee, and his wee's like acid. So he's there sat across from this woman chained. They're both chained up, and he's like, "Oh, I've got to get my dick out." He's like, "What?" It's like, "What are you, a pervert?" He's like, "No, nothing like that." And he's like trying to piss on himself to get these chains on. It's like,
see,
yeah,
that's very Troma.
That's Troma.
Yeah,
that is really Troma. So it is. It does feel. It feels like a very polished Troma movie, though. It does, because you've got like proper actors in it.
Sure.
You've got Kevin Bacon and Peter Dinklage and things, and so you have. It's like it's a polished Troma movie with better actors,
Sure.
But overall, I would say it's a trauma movie.
Which is all you want.
Yeah, other than a few places where it dragged, it was exactly it. It was a good effort. I thought, yeah, and I would watch another one if they
Well,
did a
hopefully they
sequel.
do Toxic Avenger 2. Why not? We had a
Yeah,
sequel to the original. We can have a sequel to the remake.
I mean, if they could if they could bring the original Toxie in it as well, that would be fucking
That would
awesome.
be great.
What
But
do you
yeah,
think?
sounds fun.
Yeah, one of them I've got to shout out
Mm.
actually. So I it was the Toxie when he's Toxie. I was looking at the Toxie and I was thinking that eye because one of the eyes he's got this massive eye on one side and he's got the normal eye on the other.
Yeah.
And it's like that doesn't look like Peter Dinklage's eye. There's like it's weird. So I looked it up. So Peter Dinklage isn't Toxie.
Oh, okay. So he just does the voice.
So he does the voice. Yeah. So he does the voice, and apparently he did. I think he did a lot of mocap stuff, and then they gave it to this other, as it turns out, actress.
Okay.
So there's this actress called I think it's Luisa. Oh my god, I'm gonna butcher this. Guerrero, Guerrero, who is Toxie in costume,
Right.
and it's like she does a brilliant job of the movement and the
Mm.
the running around in all that gear. I don't know whether it was a case of Peter Dinklage didn't want to wear all the prosthetics or stuff, or whether he couldn't. I don't know. But she does a great job of mimicking his. Because I think they basically what they did was Dinklage did some mocap. They gave it to her. She went off, studied it, and then she recreated what he did. So she does a bang up job. No, I was really sort of surprised that's what they did. But
Mm.
not too surprised because I got the original guy that's Toxie in the first movie isn't the
No.
Toxie.
No. It's not. Yeah. Yeah.
So it's not really that much of a surprise. But yeah, I just thought should give her a shout out as well because
Yeah. Absolutely.
she does a great job. And as I said, of course, you've got and the director and Lloyd Kaufman appear in one point arguing in a hospital and stuff, and
Excellent.
all this sort of like the little cast. I thought it was really fun. There's the chicken masked villain in the band. Um, there's there's a bit where he's unmasked, which I thought it made me laugh. I thought
Mm.
it was really funny. There's a really good use of uh, overkill by Motorhead,
Nice.
which made me very happy. So yeah, I think if you're a Trauma fan,
I am.
this is good. I really enjoyed it. It's not obviously it's more polished and it's not the best example of such.
Sure.
But saying that is weird when you consider the movies that are Roma movies because they're like
Yeah.
weird and out there and they're not normal. They're not your average moviegoer's movie.
Mm.
Let's face it. But I think they've done a really good job here. And yeah, full points to Macomb Blair for doing a damn good job. From the dodgy newscasters to the you know the overall feel of the town and
They
the
just really
lawlessness.
captured the spirit of
Yeah, they did.
Toxic
They did
Avenger.
a really good job, and
That's
yeah, I would
great.
say if you're a fan of these sort of things, this do you proud.
I will certainly give it a watch. So, well, I watched two other movies, but one of them I barely remember. House of Dynamite or whatever it was. I saw that
Oh,
movie.
okay.
That was okay.
Yeah.
It was an interesting kind of interesting movie from different perspectives about a missiles inbound for the US. It's kind of interesting, but
Is that wrong with Idris Elba?
yes, he's
Yeah.
playing the president, which is weird because I saw him play the president of the United Kingdom, the prime
Yeah.
minister against with John Cena as the president, and I was like, oh, now he's the president of the United States. But that was interesting. But anyway, I barely remember it, so I thought I wouldn't. Beyond saying it was kind of interesting,
It's got a pretty good cast. It's got Jared Harris.
it's got a
Rebecca
very good
Ferguson.
cast, and it does have it's interesting in the way it tells the story. It's kind of takes place in from numerous perspectives over the period of time, and then it kind of rewinds time, and you see it from the other person's perspective. It's kind of interesting.
Okay. Well, I must admit, I think I saw the trailer for it and then completely forgot it
Well,
existed.
it just came up, and so I watched it.
Oh, it's
And
a Catherine Bigelow movie. Wow.
yeah, it's worth a watch, but I don't remember enough of it because it was so long ago that
Yeah.
I don't remember enough of it to really review it. But one movie that did stick in my brain, and I don't know if you've seen this because it came out in 2022. I
Oh, okay.
had not seen it until now. A film called Monolith. And I think it's a COVID movie. It feels like it should be a COVID movie.
Right.
But it's one of the better ones if it is. So it's directed by Matt Vesley. I'm not sure what else they've done. And it stars Lily Sullivan, who is basically the only person in the movie.
Hey.
She plays a interviewer. I think she's just called the interviewer. She doesn't have a name. And she's basically like, she was a journalist. She was disgraced. She did a piece on some people, and they were total pieces of shit. But she didn't have all the evidence in place, so she got basically sued. Even though she was in the right, she didn't do her due diligence, so she got sued, and she's disgraced, and she's lost her job. So now she does a podcast. She's in hiding at her parents' house, and she's doing this podcast. And she does a podcast on like unsolved mysteries and the unknown and aliens and shit. She's kind of like doing an Art Bell kind of thing, where she's like interviewing people who she doesn't really believe, you know.
Right, okay.
She's just like, oh God, I got, you know, she's like found a following doing this stuff, so she's kind of forced to do it. But in the course of that, she gets a call about this brick, this black brick that someone had. And she starts going down this rabbit hole of this unsolved mystery surrounding these black bricks that certain people have. They've got they have like important roles in people's lives. People collect them. No one knows where they're from. They're kind of mysterious. And she starts delving further and deeper into these black bricks and what the supposed powers they have and what they potentially can do, and trying to unsolve and unravel the mystery. The deeper she delves, she begins to understand that maybe she had a black brick when she was a child. It kind of, you know, it's one of these movies. It's told from the perspective of one person. You get the odd phone call and you hear the other person talking, but that's about it. It's just her looking into this mystery and becoming obsessed with this mystery. Like obsessed to the point where at the start of the movie, you see she's a very clean person. But then by the end of the movie, like the house is a shithole. She's not doing anything other than obsessing over this brick. And part of her is like, are these bricks real? Did I have a brick? Are people just trying to attack me because of my journalism? Have they made this up? Is it some vast conspiracy against me? Or are these bricks actually real? And it's a really fun... We're talking about slow burn movies. This is a very slow movie. It's very slow burn. With a really cool ending. I think the ending of the movie is really good. I don't want to spoil it. It's very good. It's one of those movies that I think on the surface you could argue should just be a short.
Right.
But I think when you watch the end of the movie, I felt like actually you needed everything that led up to this though. So it kind of was needed. But you definitely would need to be in the mood for a slow burn to enjoy this movie. I really liked it, and I thought Lily Sullivan was fantastic. It's one of those roles that I imagine is a nightmare to do. It's like, it's just you. Yeah. You're acting with you.
I've seen her in a few things. She was
in that Evil Dead movie, wasn't she?
Yeah, and I wasn't a big fan of that movie, but she was quite good in it. She was in a movie called Mental with Toni Collette, which I liked, and she's also in the remake series of Picnic at Hanging Rock.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, she's pretty good. I've seen her in a few things.
Well, I thought this was a lovely little movie. It's billed as a horror. It is not, really. It's like a science fiction thriller. is where I
Okay.
would put it.
Yeah.
But it's really good. I really enjoyed it. It's just a kind of I don't know, almost a commentary on obsession at some points, and just a nice
Okay.
little mystery of a movie. I enjoyed it. Yeah, it was good fun. So just a small shout out. But yeah, quite enjoyed that. And yeah,
Yeah.
House of Dynamite. Yeah, it's worth a watch if you fancy it.
Okay.
It's kind of
I was
interesting.
I just clicked on the director,
Mm.
and
Yeah, I don't know what else they've done.
he's a writer for a series called Wasteland Panda.
What? That
It's
sounds
I've never
Wastelander
heard of it.
Panda. I've never heard of that.
Wastelander Panda, yes.
That
Responsible
sounds
for the
great.
violent death of a young girl, Isaac, with his mother and his brother banished to the wasteland.
Hmm.
Okay,
Fair enough.
interesting. Oh, that looks interesting.
Yeah.
Wow, look at the pictures. They're
Yeah.
actually in suits. It's proper.
I might actually try and track that down.
Yeah, that is
That
amazing.
looks kind of interesting.
Yeah.
But yeah, I recommend Monolith. I think House of Dynamite's worth a watch, but I don't remember that much about it to review it
Okay.
properly. So, anyway, I think that's it for the movies. But you had a TV show.
I did. I have also seen Last Samurai Standing.
Mm. I was
So
very
this is
tempted by this until I realized it was a series.
oh, right. Okay.
And then I was like, oh, I don't really have time. I have this like natural reaction, especially on Netflix, where I see stuff that interests me, and then
Yeah.
I realize it's a series, and I'm like, I just don't have the time, so then I never end up watching it. But it looks very good. I thought the trailer for this.
So I will say the good thing about this one for you
It's a
from
short
your
one.
point of view is only 6 episodes,
Perfect. I will
so
probably watch it.
it's a lot shorter. Um, so yeah, so it's a Netflix series. I'm gonna butcher names here. Um, Taichi Sayotomi, Junichi Okada. Uh, we've got Masahiro Higashida, Yumi Fujisaki, uh, Kaya Kayahara. It's got a pretty good cast actually.
Mm.
A few of the people I've seen in a number of other Japanese movies.
Mm.
So basically, this is it's set in 1878 during the Meiji Restoration.
Mm.
So we're talking the same period that the movie Last Samurai
Yeah.
was set in. So it's when they're trying to get phase out the samurai, trying to get rid of them and trying to modernize, the Japan.
Yeah.
So our main character was is a samurai who after this big battle was betrayed by their sort of their leader, and they were shelled in basically artillery into sort of like non-existence, and
Yeah.
he survived. And in the time since this last battle, he's got a wife and two children. But they're living in this village, and I think it's cholera. Cholera has basically turned up, and his daughter dies, and his wife gets it, and
Dying.
she's
Yeah.
yeah, she's dying, and the headman of the village is or the sort of the guy that runs the I think he's the headman. He's been buying things from him, but he's running out of things to sell them to try and get medicine and stuff, and
Sure.
he tries to sell his sword, and the guy's like, I've got no need for a sword, I can't, I'll help you out, but this is all I can do.
Mm.
When this piece of paper turns up, this flyer turns up saying, "Hey, do you know?" Like calling all sort of samurai and martial arts practitioners and people who want a chance their aim, come to this temple and compete for shit ton of money. And
Okay. Yeah.
so he sort of goes to home to his wife, and he's like, he takes his sword out, and his sword is stiff and in the sheath, and it's obviously been unused and not looked after. And he's like, tells his wife he's got to go away. He's got a job. And she's like, "Will you be using your sword again?" And he's like, "No, no, I'm sure I won't be." And it's like, she can
Yeah.
tell
No,
that.
no, I just got it out to look at it. Honest.
Yeah, you can tell it's like, yeah, all right, but nothing. She doesn't say anything, and he basically he says to his son, like, look after your mother while I'm gone and stuff. So of course, when he gets to this temple, clearly it's um the money's real. Here it is. You can see here's the money. Uh, basically, you know what you've got to do. So basically, they're told they've got to make this journey along the Hokkaido road, and so they've got to check in at these certain provinces along the way and checkpoints. But each one they must have a token. So
Right.
they're all given a wooden token to wear around their neck, and they're told.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah.
So they're told if you
So
take off.
you can get through one checkpoint before you have to murder people, but after that,
Well, not even that. No, no. You have to have more than one
oh,
token to
sorry,
get
you
out.
have to have two by the time you get to the first. Yeah. Yeah.
Not
Okay.
even that. You have to have two tokens to get out of here,
Oh. Oh.
to get out of this temple. If you like, he at the beginning he does say to anybody, like he says before he tells them the whole details, mind, but he does say anybody who wants to leave now, there's the door, leave now. But if you want the money, you got to stay. And then, of course, the door's shut, and he says, right. Now that that's over with, if you take off the thing, there will be a countdown. You will get the count of 10 to put that thing back on you, or you will get shot. So you will be followed around by soldiers. They will be hidden, but they will be there. And if you take it off, they will fucking shoot you. Right? And then it's like, you're not allowed to talk to anybody about what you're doing while you're outside. You're not allowed to really you're not really supposed to discuss it with each other. But other than that, you just have to get to sort of Tokyo by, I think they give them a date to get there by, and that's it. Off you go then. But you've got to have two to get out of here. So you know what you got to do. So then, of course, it becomes a bloodbath, and he doesn't want to hurt anybody at this point. He doesn't want to get his sword out. So he's doing sort of, he's doing his best not to sort of kill people, and he's trying to get out and trying to get away. And when he spots this young girl who's there, and she is in a similar situation to him, she has her mother's sort of sick, and she wants the money to help her family in her sort of village. And of course, he sees this girl, and he's like, immediately runs over and saves her, basically. So now he's got this young girl that he's sort of protecting.
Now he needs 4 tokens.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So from then, obviously, for instance, you've got like the bigger conspiracy within the government of who's running this. Why is it going on? Because obviously these the sort of Minister of Justice finds out that this is going on, but it's obviously got nothing to do with them. But he's like, oh, there must be somebody behind it, and what's going on, and so you get that sort of stuff, and I would say it's if you've probably anybody who loves sort of this sort of thing is seen similar things before. It's not. I don't think it's not, certainly not groundbreaking or anything, but it has charming leads. It's got really cool characters. It like rattles along at a really good pace. It never dips.
Good.
You get a real feel for the characters. You've got you get really good sort of backstories, and again, nothing that you haven't seen before. You know that the main characters, sort of slight spoilers for the character. You know that he was part of this school for swords. This sword school that only it was like a dying sword school, and they were told. They were all brought up as orphans together, and then they're told, "Oh, there can only be one successor to this team, to this thing." So of course, then you've got that sort of history going on and all that sort of, which it feels very much like stuff I've seen and read before, but it's done well, and it's really cool. the guy who plays the main character also does the fight choreography and does a bloody good job too. You've got like you've you've got your sort of typical characters for this thing. You've got like the sword saint who's like you know high and aloof and sort of like he's you know
All the archetypes are here.
yeah, and then you've got the sort of the big brute who's got this fuck off great sword, and he's like all dirty, and he's got dreads, and you've got he's like a monstrous thing who's just wants to kill things. I'm
Yeah.
just happy to be killing again, sort of thing. And you've got the young girl who is utterly shit at everything, but is lovely and sweet and must be protected at all costs.
The
And then you have
evilest
the
of
other,
them all. She will
yeah,
end up winning.
yeah, of course. So I think this is the first sort of it's based on a manga,
Hmm.
um, and it's the first sort of chapter. I think they're going to be 3 parts. I think 3
Oh,
chapters.
okay. And then
Um,
they're adapting all of them? Do we know?
well,
Or...
fucking Netflix. It's hard to
I
say,
suppose, yes, I
but
suppose, yeah.
the plan is that yes, they obviously I think I'm not sure whether the thing's complete. I think it might be complete
Hmm.
in in manga form. But I think it's done really well. It was on their sort of top lists, so hopefully I think they've confirmed that they're doing a second season at least.
Right.
So at this point, there's still hope for it to completely finish. Would be great. But I really loved it. It's really it's got some great sword fights and it's got good characters and it's yeah it's a nice it's a really good um length. It's not. It's the you do at the end of the 6th episode. I did feel like I could really watched a couple more episodes. But having said that, it's not like a lot of the Netflix series is like 10 episodes and outstays its welcome. Like
Oh, yeah,
you
you
could
could lose 2
shave
episodes
off
out of
2 episodes.
most
Yeah,
of those
exactly.
shows. Yeah.
This doesn't do that. It's perfect. I think it's a perfect length and it's really good.
That's great.
Brilliant. It's really fun and it's really cool and I really enjoyed it. And anybody who loves samurai stuff, I think will absolutely love it.
Well,
It's really cool.
I will probably give it a go. It did catch my eye. Like I said, I was more like, oh god, I can't do like a long series. But yeah, if it's 6 episodes, yeah, I may well give it a
Yeah,
go.
it's really good. And you've got your sort of your ninja character who's like clearly has his own motives for stuff and
Yeah.
and you've got the sort of the old master walking around like murdering people as he's coming along and sort of like you've got the really cool stuff that you get in these series and but it's a very well done one so
Hmm.
I highly recommend it.
Cool. Well, that's that. Any news?
uh, I'm the only there's one death that I know of that I remember know of. I think there might be a few others but at the
Mm.
moment they escape me. Udo Kier
Oh yes, yes.
died the
The
other day.
the most villainous villain that ever villained in any
Yeah.
movie. He's like the ultimate villain in any movie he's in.
Well,
Um,
either that or he just plays very odd background
yes,
characters. He
yes,
was
yeah.
very good at playing odd ones. And,
His
of course
IMDb list of movies is staggering.
oh,
It's
yeah,
it's
he's done
insane
a
how
lot of
many
things.
movies that man's been
And
in.
he played vampires so many times.
Yeah, he's
I
perfect
mean,
for it.
he's one of the bad guys in the first Blade
Yeah,
movie.
he is. He gets his teeth
Um,
ripped out.
he does get his teeth pulled out, and then he gets a sunbath.
Yes.
Um,
Yeah, his pain doesn't last too long. Yeah.
yeah, no. Um, one of his big starts was in Andy Warhol's Dracula.
Oh
And
god,
then,
do
of
you know?
course,
I was thinking the other day I haven't seen that movie for fucking ever.
I haven't seen that one for and I don't think I've ever seen the Frankenstein one
No.
because he was also Frankenstein as well,
Hmm.
for Andy Warhol. I don't think I've seen that one, but I have seen the Dracula, and I really like his Dracula. He's sort of pathetic and a bit
Yeah.
like it. It's a sort of Dracula for that time. It feels very
Yes.
old. It feels very of that sort of era. For it works really well for that, from what I remember.
Yeah.
I mean, it's been a while since I've seen it, but he's really good in it. And though I haven't seen the Frankenstein, I've heard he's good in that as well. I'm actually bloody watch it really. Should you know should watch it now. But yeah, Udo Kier is a really good sort of very character. One of
Character
those very
actor.
sort of character actors that sort of like, for me at least, I was always happy when he turns up. It's like,
Oh, me too.
yeah, it
He's
was
the guy. If you Google him, you will instantly be like, "Oh, that guy." You will have seen him in a bunch
and
of stuff.
it's not a great movie, but I love him in Iron Sky.
Yeah, sure. Yeah.
Iron Sky, I haven't seen the second one. There's a sequel, and
I
I've not
don't
seen.
need to see a sequel to Iron
That's I
Sky.
think that's kind of what I felt as well.
Like
As like
I
that
get
movie
the
doesn't need
joke.
a sequel.
I
Yeah,
watched it. I get the joke.
that movie doesn't need a sequel. It was good enough as it was.
Yeah,
But yeah, he was a really good actor,
it's
really great
fantastic.
actor.
Yeah.
So here's one that it gives me a sort of glimmer of hope, but
Oh, that's the worst.
we've been kicked too many times,
Yeah.
um, to be that excited. But it does seem that
Hmm.
Alex Kurtzman is now fucked off from Star Trek.
For real, or like Kathleen
No, I think
Kennedy from Lucasfilm?
no. I think it's not completely been confirmed. I don't think yet, but it
Because
looks
I
like it.
saw a trailer for Starfleet Academy the other day that would suggest otherwise.
Well, I mean, they've been doing that for a while, haven't they? So it's
Fair.
um. So what they have, so that Paramount's been taken over. I think Skydance.
Skydance, yeah.
Yep.
Who, yeah, presumably like money.
So Skydance have put on a Star Trek movie on their docket.
Yes, I saw that. Yeah.
Yeah. Now it looks like they're giving it to David Ellison and John Francis Daly,
Okay.
who had previously done the D&D movie,
Yeah. You liked
and
that.
I did like that. There
I
was
still haven't
stuff
watched
about
it, but yeah.
stuff about it I didn't like, but then I think that's because of my dislike for modern D&D, the way people play
Yeah.
D&D these days is
Agreed.
too jokey and too comedy based, and that's not how I played D&D, and but that's just my old man D&D grumbling. The actual movie is a lot of fun. I would have preferred it if it was a little less funny, as it were, a little less comedic, but it was an enjoyable movie. It was fucking better than that other D&D movie.
Well, yes. I mean, I would bloody hope so.
So yeah, there is that. They also did Spider-Man: Homecoming.
Okay, cool.
So they've got, and the funniest thing is I'd actually forgotten John Francis Daly was Sweets from Bones, which just makes me laugh. I just think there's something funny about the fact that he was Bones. He was in Bones as Sweets, because I really love that character. But yeah, now he makes movies. So
maybe
yeah,
maybe
they are kind of saying that that whole fucking Kurtzman Trek is over now. They're trying to sort of move away from it. They've definitely said that the Kelvin timeline is over. They're not doing anything with the Kelvin timeline. So that's one good thing, at least. We can go, thank you, that can fuck off now, and we don't need to ever talk about the Kelvin timeline ever a fucking again.
And hopefully the Kurtzman timeline can go the same way. Exactly,
so that we can fuck that off and go, yep, that's another timeline.
I already have fucked it off.
Exactly,
but yeah.
I've done exactly the same thing.
I like Picard season 3. That one sticks with me. The rest in the bin.
I'm not even going there. So
it's good. It's good.
I know everybody's
the rest of it is proper shit. But that I enjoyed. It was good. But yeah, maybe
it's a glimmer. I mean, the thing is it the stuff that they've done does seem to be quite comedic, or at least have a funny edge to it. I mean, Homecoming is a really good movie, though.
It is a good movie.
It's and the D&D movie was good enough.
I don't want them to recast anyone. I would like them to do a new Star Trek movie with a new cast of crew of
That's
characters.
kind of what seems to be being suggested
That's
at
cool,
the
because
moment,
I
that it's
don't
gonna
need
be a
another
new thing,
prequel,
that it's
or,
not
yeah.
gonna be that it's not gonna be Kirk and you know, or I mean, Christ, can you imagine them trying to fucking recast
Patrick
Picard?
Stewart, fuck right off.
Yeah,
I
it's like,
think, like, set it, like, I don't know, not too long, like, I don't know, 150 years after Next Gen, or after Deep Space
yeah,
Nine, or something,
y
right? Or
ju
Voyager, whichever
I
one
think
ended
so.
fucking last. Like, you
Yeah,
know, not too far
yeah,
in the future, but far enough. Or actually,
yeah,
as many years away from those series, right?
yeah,
How long ago was Voyager the last show it was? So however
mhm.
long since Voyager, that many years in the
I mean,
future.
in the timeline, the last one was Enterprise, but that's, you
No,
know,
no, no.
before
But that
time.
was a prequel, so that wouldn't make. I
Yeah.
don't want a prequel. I want you to
No,
go
I do
further
not want
future.
to. I think
Go forward, not back.
you're you're already shackling yourself if you're
Yes,
doing prequels,
yes,
because you then have to match shit up. Do
yeah.
not do that.
If
You
you
don't need.
because if you drop kick the fucking Kurtzman shit, then you don't have to worry
Mhm.
about that either. So then
Yep,
just set it in the future, not too
yep,
far in the future, but
yeah.
just far enough removed that you could do your own goddamn thing
I
and
mean,
give us a whole new cast.
you can. I would say you could probably do contemporary to, I'd say, next gen and Voyager. Like you could do
Oh yeah, you could.
that that period,
But then
as
there
long as
would.
it would be somewhere else with something
I
else,
was
like
gonna say, yeah,
not on DS9, not on Voyager, not on the Enterprise,
no.
on its own thing. I always loved that. There was that idea that they put out years ago, which was they were going to do a series where each season would be a different aspect of Star Trek.
I remember that. That
So
sounded
you'd
fun.
be like, season one was going to be Klingons, season two was going to be Romulans, or you know, or that was the idea anyway. And I'm not sure it ever got out of the ideas phase, but I thought that was a great idea. It would be nice to see, you know,
Different
a whole
perspectives.
season of Klingon stuff would be fun for a bit. You know, and as a season, it would be enough to not outstay its welcome, I think.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not sure how it would work as a movie, but yeah,
Hmm.
it would be an
But
interesting
that's the other
idea.
thing, is this is going to be a movie, which is like Star Trek at its best as a series. It's
Yeah,
not.
because you want character-based stuff, and it's difficult to do, especially with
Yeah,
too many people. Unless, like, making a movie, you do. I don't want you to go back and remake fucking Kirk, right? But you
Christ, no.
almost do if you're doing a movie. The reason that the TOS movies worked better than Next Gen, in my opinion, is that there were 3 stars. 3.
Yeah,
Not fucking the whole crew,
yeah,
which was the problem that you had with the Next Gen movies. And I enjoyed the Next Gen movies, most of them, some of them.
yeah.
But this is why you end up having fucking staff briefings in fucking sick bay. You're like, why? Because you just needed Crusher to be in a fucking scene, you know? Like, no. There was like Bones, Spock,
Yeah,
and Kirk. They were the stars. Everyone else supporting cast. And if you can
yeah,
get that dynamic, that works well in a
yeah.
movie because you
Hmm.
can focus on 3 characters. Focusing
Yep.
on like 6, 7 characters,
Yeah.
it's
I
difficult
mean,
to give everyone time. You know,
you give them a smaller ship, give them a Miranda, you know, something no
something
bigger than a Miranda.
underpowered, not
Yeah,
overpowered.
something no bigger than a Miranda. You know, and you and
Give him one of those like
you can cut down on the crew and
steam runner classes or whatever those other
oh, that
things
would be
are. You know,
cool. Because yeah, Steamrunner's got it's a small crew, and they're kind of just built for
to launch
patrol.
torpedoes, aren't they?
Yeah, they're basically built to deal with the Borg.
Yeah,
They're for hit and run
but
stuff.
you could argue it's like, hey, we're not in war anymore, so we've repurposed it to do more sciencey
Yeah,
things or something.
yeah. I mean, it depends what you're going for. Because the thing is that
I
the
want
very
something
nature.
that goes back to the core of Star Trek: science and
With the,
exploration, not
I think
fucking war.
that's the problem with making it a movie is that you're going to want more action based sort of thing, aren't you? Really, because otherwise you're going to end up with
You
something
will
like the motion
action,
picture.
action. I love the motion picture.
Yes, but
It's not going to sell, but I love the
that's not
motion
going to
picture.
bring in
I was watching
non-Star Trek people.
I was watching the director's cut last weekend of the motion picture, and I was
Mm.
like, I was telling myself, my God, I would need to watch this movie more often. It's so good.
Well, when we covered it that time, we both
Yeah. Love it.
pretty much picked up a new appreciation
It's
for it.
bloody lovely. But you're right, it doesn't sell. Um,
No.
but what I mean is, obviously you want some action in a movie.
Mm-hmm.
It doesn't need to be all out war or universe ending.
No.
Do you know what I mean? Like,
No, you don't need the the big sort of, oh my god.
a diplomatic mission gone wrong or something like that. That's
Yeah.
all I need. I don't need some
Mhm.
crazy, you know, the scale needs to be brought back because Kurtzman always did this. It's the end of the fucking universe every
Yep.
fucking time.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And like 5 million ships every fucking time. Like, no, just take it back. Take it back.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. Yeah, and yeah, I
But
like the
there's
idea of
potential there. There is potential there.
yeah. So it's as I said, we've been kicked too many
We
times, but there's
have.
at least there's at least a glimmer.
Hmm.
You know?
Well, if the Skydance hopefully like making money,
Yeah.
which will
And
help. That will help things.
you know, take actually fucking listen to the people that
They're gonna pay tickets. Yeah.
are going to talk. You know, you're going to talk to about it. Don't hire people and then ignore everything they fucking say.
No.
But yeah, so you know,
We shall
small
see.
hope. We'll see how it goes. But yeah, and that's kind of it. Yeah, nothing else.
Well, what are we doing next time? Because it's Christmas now.
It is.
What, or we're moving, well, by which I mean the next episode will definitely be in December. So are we
It
doing a
will.
Christmas
Yeah.
movie? I was going to suggest Batman Returns, but it turns out that we did that
We've
11
done
months
that.
ago.
Yeah, we did that last year.
I know. This is how bad my memory is now.
I had a few ideas. I'll run them past you.
Yeah.
I mean, I can do it now if you like.
It's up to you. We can do it in secret if you want.
Well, I was thinking. Well, no, I was thinking something like Miracle on
30,
Street,
31st, 51st,
whatever street it is.
51st
Yeah,
State. I don't know what it
yeah,
was called.
the
Yeah,
original.
Miracle on something street.
Yeah, the original one.
Mm.
Maybe in mentioning the remake, because actually the remake's pretty good as well.
It's not terrible, yeah.
It's it's got a good performance by Attenborough, so there's at least that going for it.
Mm.
Or like you suggested, now see this would be more on for you because you've seen it more. I only saw it last year.
You weren't a huge fan of it, though, were you?
No, I liked it a lot.
Oh, okay.
I liked it a lot.
I assume you're going to say Christmas Story.
Yes. No, I liked it a lot. We watched. So we bought it. And me and my wife watched it with my mum, and my mum didn't like it very much.
Oh, really?
My
I love
mum,
that movie.
My mum was sort of like a bit huffy about it, but we really enjoyed it. We thought it was great.
I loved it. I think it's a really charming little movie.
Yeah.
Like, and it's just about it's about a kid. Like at that age, you get obsessed over some shit toy, and it's like the best thing ever. That's the whole point of the movie. He's obsessed over this toy, and then he finally fucking gets it, and it's not what he wants. You know, it's like that was childhood. You saw the fucking ad, and you were like, oh my god, it's the best thing ever. And then when you've actually got it,
usually a disappointing.
It was the journey, not the actual item. Either of those movies would be great.
Yeah. So yeah.
Okay.
We'll pick one of those.
One of them. Yeah. Sounds good. Great. Well, we will be back hopefully next week. I think we're hopefully getting back to more regular episodes. But until then, stay safe, take care, and we will catch you next time.